Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Abundantly Aware. I am so thankful that you're here. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to talk about results today. Everybody wants results yesterday. I'm actually one of those people. Don't tell anyone. We want the clarity and we want the transformation and the breakthroughs, and we want them fast. But journaling doesn't work like that. Sorry. It's not a quick fix, and it's a practice. One that unravels over time, and the longer that you stay with it, the more powerful that I think it gets. I've been journaling almost every single day. I say almost because there have been a few that I haven't for 4 years now. I am so happy that I started when I did. And in the beginning, I was beyond impatient, like beyond. I took to journaling because of a health issue that I was having. And I stuck around because in the first 3-ish months, I started to actually see changes. And to be honest with you, nothing else was going on. Nothing else was going on for me. Like the stress at the time was lessening. I don't want to say that it went away because, as we all know, stress stays forever. Comes and it goes, but it's always present in our lives, no matter what we're doing. But the episodic migraines that I was experiencing because of the increased stress, and yeah, that's what my doctors told me, it was just stress, they were becoming fewer and fewer. They continued for about 2.5 months. I would have them every 3 hours for 3 to 5 minutes. So you can't really have a regular day when that's happening to you, and you're always worried and stressed that they're going to happen to you again. And I started to feel more myself at that point. And instead of letting myself spiral again and again and again, I finally had a place to release it, which was the pages. Of course, the rest helped, but it was also the processing of the emotions and the processing of the stress that helped me alleviate it and helped me to finally stop having those episodic migraines. And I do still have migraines, but they haven't happened in the way that they happened before. And now it's different. Now I know. Now I know when one's coming on. I can feel it in my body and I know what to look out for. And then I address the stressors that are happening in my life and I journal through them. And it's worked so far. Thank you. Thank you, universe. It's worked so far. Because the regular Advil and Tylenol does not work, unfortunately for me. And even the medication that my previous doctor had given me for them doesn't work for these ones for some reason. Don't know why, no clue, but it is what it is. I guess I just have to suck it up, right? Journaling is a slow magic. And honestly, it's something that I'm beginning to think about. Most things in my life that are worth it are a slow magic. Like aging, for instance. I want to age, of course, because it's a luxury and my brother won't be able to experience that luxury. But I want to age like fine wine, slowly and over time. The best things, I think, that are worth it are slow and over time. I feel like you're just living your life and then bam, you get your first gray hair. At least that's what happened to me. You can't see them because they're all hidden. This is not dyed hair, but it's got a few grays in there. I'm not full gray like my father, so there's that. Or you're journaling on your balcony in the morning and then all of a sudden, you know why you behave the way that you do when it comes to confrontation. And now that you know why you like to avoid it, the next time you're faced with it, you're ready to take a step into it instead of running away completely. And I do want to reiterate and let you know that journaling is the perfect companion to therapy. Perfect. It can give you weeks to dig deep into the thing that you're trying to work on that you were only able to touch the surface of in the 50-minute session. My therapist tells me it helps. And I feel like we struggle so hard with the slowness of everything, the slowness of journaling, the slowness of our life, because we are stuck in a results culture. I can't tell you how many times I've been scrolling and I'm super disappointed that I only hit part 1 on an IG Reel series, and there's no more when I go to their page, and I really just don't have the patience to remember to go back. But I'm still disappointed. I'm still disappointed that they only filmed the first one. Or when they say they're going to film another one and you go back to their page and they filmed a bunch of videos and the second part is not one of them. But I will be honest, if the algorithm feeds me part 2, part 3, part 4, any of the parts in the series, I will give a follow if I like it, this series. It's how I found a few of my favorite creators, actually. But journaling isn't as flashy, and it's often the aha moment you're looking for that holds out for the 3 to 4 weeks while you write about the same thing over and over again. So it's that you go back to that creator's page all of the time. If you do remember, I don't. But, or you see that creator again and you go to their page and they're like, oh, no more parts. Cool. It is what it is. And it's so slow. And then all of a sudden, 4 weeks later, you're like, oh my God, there's part 2. And then you get the satisfaction of the result. But it's in that 5th week, like that all of a sudden moment within journaling that everything clicks for you. And the clarity starts to roll in and you can't stop yourself from writing. And instead of writing just 1 page, you write 3. And you write those 3 pages that Julia Cameron tells us all to write every single day. You finally do it. This actually happened to me a week ago. And I feel like the clarity just keeps on flying in every subsequent session after that. Like it just keeps flying in for me, which I'll take any day. Especially because I am an overthinker, and thus I do sometimes write about the same thing over and over again. Let's be honest. It's better than having the same thought 500 times. I'd rather journal in my journal for, 14 days straight about the same thing. The thing that keeps me going, brings me back, are the small changes that I still see every day 4 years later. Because I wouldn't still do this if I didn't see the changes in my life and if I didn't feel the benefits of journaling. Specifically, actually, within the last couple weeks, I've been journaling on my offerings, what to do, which one to create first, who to create it for, where to house it, even how to get it all done because, ADHD, I love a plan. I love to plan. It's like my favorite thing. It gives you that dopamine hit to plan first. But last week, I actually answered all of those questions. I'm so excited. I journaled for pages and pages and pages and pages, and I felt like I could barely stop. And I only did stop when my hands started cramping. Oh, you can't see. It's rubbed off, but I'm a lefty. And my hands started cramping, and I am really happy about the breakthroughs that I had. And please stay tuned here because you lovely listeners will be the first to know about it. And I actually started taking action this week. So the plan was even there and I even followed through. I'm very happy about that. So I want to end it here. We are in such a fast-paced environment, but not everything has to be fast-paced, and your journal can take time. If you already journal, this is a reminder that it is working, but it's working in the background. And who knows, maybe tomorrow in your next journaling session, you'll have your answer that you've been looking for. For those of you who want to journal and you don't know where to begin, I want you to stay tuned here. And maybe you just start after this audio or video ends and find some soothing music like on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube, and your journal and pen and just start. I'll leave you with a prompt. And that prompt, what's something in my life I'm craving fast results from? And what could I do to slow down? Sometimes I like to create affirmations. So could I create an affirmation to work with? An example could be, things are working at the pace that's best for me. Any faster and I won't be prepared for the magic that's on its way to me. That works off our last episode, all about manifestation and how I don't believe in it. Yeah, I think that's perfect. If you want to listen to that episode, I'll put it up in the cards, I think. If I know how. Don't know. Anyways, if you resonated at all with this episode, I would love it if you would like, comment, subscribe here on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcast or wherever it is that you choose to listen to your podcast episodes. And I appreciate every moment that you spend with me here because every moment is precious. And until next time, let's become abundantly aware together. Bye.